When it comes to politics, I would describe myself as a small c conservative. I'm somewhere on the centre-right. Now, back in the early 2000s, I would have just been a centrist, but over the last decade or so, the left, in particular the far left, they've gone so far to the left and so quickly, I'm surprised their shoes didn't catch fire. That being said, they had to stop every few seconds to scream fascist at everyone who doesn't 100% go along with them. And we're into week 2 of Denimgate, when it transpired the far left freaked out over a series of clothing adverts. It seems to be the only thing I'm talking about for the last week or so. But what's happened is the clothing company American Eagle, its sales have gone through the roof, and I've noticed most of the people complaining are women from the woke far left. And we're going to see some of the things they're freaking out about in this video. So my question is this: ladies of the left, is everything okay?
Once again, the MAGAs have gotten a hold of one of my videos and have misinterpreted it and are now calling me ugly, which, okay. So my intent with that video was just to say, I think that if you think that anyone who has an issue with the American Eagle ad is simply ugly and jealous of Sydney Sweeney, you are incredibly simple-minded. You're simple. 2, I've seen so many people discuss this ad, so many different types of people, and not one of them has been ugly. That's just it. So your septum ring theory or whatever just isn't true. So no, I don't think so.
Calling her ugly, that's not necessary. I mean, she isn't hideous. That being said, I wouldn't, because she has the manic stare and the condescending attitude that all of the woke left seem to possess. Yet I do disagree with her. I think the main issue for the woke left with the Sydney Sweeney advert, it's got nothing to do with allegations of eugenics. It's because Sydney Sweeney is attractive and most of them aren't. We're now living in an age where ugliness is no longer being celebrated. Isn't it wonderful? I should point out I've recently become a customer of American Eagle, because if my wearing a certain brand of trousers is enough that some morbidly obese blue-haired non-binary they-them may have a breakdown in the street, I'm more than happy to do that. And it's amazing how many of the woke far left have made themselves as ugly as possible. And I know that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but for most of them it would be the eye of the beer holder. 10 pints before any of them look like a viable option. And as for the septum piercing thing, yes, there are some very attractive people who have that done, but for the most part it is people like her. And I think they get it done for the same reason we do it to cows. Because they're cattle and it makes them easier to lead.
Every man in the world, even every man I've met, because I know you're watching, should thank their fucking lucky stars that every woman in the world doesn't fucking rage against all of you son of a bitches. Because the rage that I feel, a lot of the times, I cannot fathom that it is mine alone. It is so deep that it feels ancestral. And if it isn't, then you should thank your fucking lucky stars.
She seems stable, labelling half of the human race, in effect tarring us all with the same brush. I'd like to say to her, lighten up, sugar tits, because I think of myself as a feminist. That is full-on daddy issues. That is a little girl who didn't get the pony she wanted. And if she's got a history of dating really shitty men, sorry to say this, love, at least part of that is on you. And I know this video is divisive, but ever since Trump got into office the first time in 2016, women on the woke left have labelled every straight white man as the devil incarnate, making out that our lives are just so easy, but also that everything that's ever gone wrong in the world is the fault of straight white men. So it's nice to redress the balance and show just how mad the women on the woke far left really are. So we've done the Sydney Sweeney thing, demonised all men. Next up, let's see some performative outrage.
I've been crying all day because last night my neighbor knocked on my door. She's only 8 years old and she told me that she's sad because she might be leaving in the night or tomorrow or sometime this week because things are getting really scary for her family. And last week she was helping me with my garden and she asked me if I thought her skin color was ugly. And I told her that she was beautiful and that there's nothing wrong with her skin color, that she's perfect just the way she is. And she opened up about how these kids at school were bullying her, telling her she was an ugly Mexican and that her skin color was dirty and ugly. And it just broke my heart. I don't understand how the world could be so cruel.
So, none of that happened. An 8-year-old girl didn't go up to the overly emotional lady, saying that she's scared of essentially the ICE raids of being deported in the middle of the night, in the same way that the same little girl, who probably doesn't fucking exist, didn't ask if she thought that her skin colour was ugly. What we have here is a leftist woman inventing this story because she's not happy with the current administration. And if that story were true, to the woman who recorded the video, love, wait until you've calmed down so you can make your point clearly and coherently, because in that video you just look like you're off your meds.
Please be dead, 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 please be dead. Please be dead.
That seems a rational way to begin the day. Wishing death on someone before cleaning one's teeth. And of course, it's not much of a leap to work out that she's talking about President Donald Trump. I cannot imagine being filled with that much hatred the second I woke up. And she's got her vibrating electric toothbrush. Maybe she should put something over the end of it and then use the vibrating thing on her magic happy bean. Go on, love, cheer yourself up.
The fall of modern American society can be marked back to a specific date, and that specific date is September 9th, 2014, because that is the day that the band U2 dropped an album directly to our iPhones against our will, and I think that's where it all began.
Right. It does seem a bit of a stretch that the downfall of the United States of America began when Irish rock band gave away their album for free. If memory serves correctly, it was called Songs of Innocence. That's what started the downfall of the richest country on earth. During the same year, there was the Ebola outbreak in Africa, the rise of ISIS, and Russia annexed Crimea. And of course the issue only affected people who bought iPhones. I have never owned an iPhone. Personally, I don't like them. And yes, U2 have done a lot of really shitty things, but I don't think we can pin on them the downfall of America. What's the difference between Bono and God? You won't find God walking around Dublin acting like he's Bono. There's one clip left from a lady we met last week, the woman who labelled the American Eagle adverts as Nazi propaganda, although she said it Nazi propaganda.
I actually don't like being around white people, so I get that Billie Eilish said that because she's proud to be Irish. Billie Eilish is proud to be Irish, and it's cool to be around people that have a very strong culture that you come from. And yeah, America don't got no culture, especially for white people. Like Anthony Bourdain said, America wanted to make everything the same, and that really messed us up. But contrary to Billie Eilish, like, I'm a white person. If I'm in a room full of white people, I feel very uncomfortable. Something's wrong. Something is very, very wrong. Especially because, like, I grew up in San Francisco, the Bay Area. Now I live in Sacramento. If there's not black or brown people, bro, this is like a bad event. This is not safe. It's not a safe event. There's not like a person of color. There's not an Asian person there. If there's not a mixed person, we're at a Mormon event. It's religious. Like, I'm sorry, but...
Right. Billie Eilish is not Irish. She has Irish ancestry, but she is an American citizen. And I know that people in the New World are very proud of their ancestry, But it's odd, I've met so many Irish Americans and Scottish Americans and German Americans and Dutch Americans. I can't recall ever meeting an English American. Which, given that the Pilgrims, who went off to the country that would eventually become the USA, all came from England, that's odd. What the singer said, in effect, was she was happy to be in Ireland because there are so many people there who look like her. But for our new friend, who insists that white people don't have any culture, so I'm guessing she's not been to Europe, why does she feel uncomfortable around white people? Why do white people look at her in a certain way? I'm guessing it's because she looks fucking ridiculous. Personally, I think she's got white saviour complex. This is a woman who says that white people don't have any culture whilst referencing Ireland. Have you not been to Ireland, love? You fall over the fucking culture there. A woman who also insists that Sydney Sweeney is a Nazi, but who doesn't feel safe unless there's a person of colour there. Any colour. She just needs a token person of colour. To me, she comes across as a tiny bit mental. So, the women on the woke far left, things don't look good for them. They seem to be upset about everything. But it did get me thinking, why is it I can't find any videos of woke men on the far left doing the same thing? And I'm guessing it's because far left men spend their time watching their wives have sex with other men. And if you don't believe me, think of every hotel you've ever stayed in. Every single room has the cuck chair in it. Anyway, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you could leave a like, a comment, or share the video, that really helps the algorithm. If you would like to support me in making these videos, and thank you to everyone who's done so already, there are links in the description to buy me a coffee and to my Patreon, and as ever, thanks for watching. It's absolutely blowing a gale today, and there's only about 25 feet where I'm out of the wind, which is why you keep seeing that fallen tree. It's not kind to call her ugly. I mean, she's far from attractive, but there's worse stuff out there. In fact, we'll see worse quite shortly. Oh. We'll fucking switch off. I should point out I've recently become a customer of American Eagle, because if there's a chance that me... Fuck. That seems a rational way to begin one... Shit. That seems a rational day... Fuck it.